أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقال تعالى في الكلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد: كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن الكريم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفره إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. My dear respected brothers and elders, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said his kalam, there was no soul around him, no flesh, no bones around him, no Nabi was there. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrajat linnas ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhuna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah, that you are best of the nations, you have been sent out for the betterment of the mankind, for the betterment of the mankind. What you do is you call people towards khair, towards good, and you stop them from evil, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And any one of us who is under this roof or under the shade of this sky, saying kalama la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, is not an ordinary person or soul, man or woman, child, old. Nobody is ordinary. Every soul in the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been picked up by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all praise belongs to him. He doesn't need our Jummah, our Khutba, our Salah, our Hajj, our Zakat, our, sacrifice, this and that. He is Azim and he will remain Azim. By giving us in the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our birth in the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah has made a lot of things easy for us. Any amal taught by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Sahaba, Sahaba to Tabain, Taba Tabain, and to us, and then to the people coming after us, is not an ordinary amal. Because of that we are in the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the mercy of Allah, the generosity of Allah, everything is highest, more with the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he is the beloved Nabi. Looking at us, looking each one of us, we give a smile, it's a sadaqah. We remove something from the way, from the road, from the street, harmful, it's a sadaqah. We look at our parents, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened the doors of Jannah for the person who is looking his parent. His kith and kin are sadaqah jariyah. Right or wrong? So any amal brought by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not an ordinary, and any soul in this ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not an ordinary, whether they live in America or they live in Timbuktu. They are all valuable in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And most of you know that I work for the funeral home. I'm not here to promote them or bring them down or anyone else. At the time when Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is taking his last breath, he is asking Malikul Maut that I am feeling pain. Will it be painful for my ummah? And he has to say, Ya Rasulullah, I'll be very gentle with them, more or less. So he is worrying about us. And then to this ummah, the moment the person says, he takes his last breath, people around him says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun, kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. You have seen Imam saying all this here when a dead body comes here. At the cemeteries you hear, Minha khalaqnakum wa fiha nu'idukum wa minha nukhrijukum taratan ukhra. All for this ummah Allah is reminding. This ummah is so blessed that two Anbiya have said salam. One is Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam from 7th heaven when Rasulullah went to Miraj. Rasul himself in front of Sahaba said salam to my brothers. And two Anbiya have asked this ummah, for them. Allah said no, this is for Ahmad. So none is, ordinary here. And after death also, according to the hadith, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the grave, make it nur, make it a garden of paradise, whatnot, all those basharat are there for people, those who have lived their life believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right or wrong? What I'm about to present to you is not an ordinary. It's not in the websites, it's not in the talks yet, but what I'm about to disclose is very important. Before I get into the topic that I have, I want to mention this ayah from the Quran. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا تَتَنَزَّلُ عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياءكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزل من غفور رحيم. Anyone who is believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more or less the meaning of the ayats are that the malaikas are helping him in this dunya, and when the time of death comes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send down the angels. They help him at the time of his death also. And they are telling him that more or less, that whatever the promises are made with you, you will be seeing those. Your wishes will be granted. You will be the host of your Jannah will be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Ghafurur Rahim. So all this that we hear from our ulama as a mashayikh. But when somebody takes a final breath, the books that have been written and are being taught to take care of the deceased, the same very deceased who is a father, mother, brother, sister, our loved ones, we call them mayyat, they call them human remains. Anyone who works in the shipment, those who do shipping, those who are in shipping business, when we take a janazah to the airport, in the invoices it says human remains. So practically, when somebody dies, people think that they are dealing with the human remains. What happens is, when somebody dies, family call at home, when somebody dies, family calling 911, or their family and friends, or to the hospice nurse. What happens, whatever information you are giving to the 911 operator, they are highly professional, educated, trained people. They know how to deal with the situation. When somebody dies, the family and friends are in shock. So whole system starts working, 911 system starts working in America and Canada, wherever there's professionalism, how to support the family who just lost a loved one. You will see upon your information, you will see fire department coming to your house, depending on the nature of the patient or the deceased. You will see paramedics coming to your house. You will see police coming to your house, sheriff to your house, and then they will be making decision who will be coming and picking up your loved one, funeral home or the medical examiner. Medical examiners are called because police officer at the scene is not sure the cause of death. That's why he has to call the medical examiner office. So that office has a job to find the cause of death. For them, when they are releasing hospital, when they are releasing the morgue, when they are releasing the human remains. For us, our mayyat, our loved ones are not just human remains, right? But the books have been written by those who are not Muslim. Mostly those who are teaching, they are also not Muslims. So this is very important what I'm about to tell you. Pay attention to it. I'm requesting everyone, the purpose of my Jummah Khutba also is to bring awareness to the brothers and sisters, those who are coming. I'm doing it for like 9 years now. So anyone who is coming in contact with the family and friends, those who are about to die because doctor has said it, or those who have died, what you have to do when you are calling 911. Make sure, add few things to your conversation with 911. First, anyone they will send, at least send one of the same gender. If the deceased is female, at least one female from the medical, paramedical, fire department, or medical examiner office. Request them to send one of those. Remember this term, privacy of the deceased. For the privacy of the deceased, we need one same gender of the personnel, even police officers. Why? Anyone who's a doctor or nurse, in Houston, nobody takes as a consent how from the patient when they are admitted in ER or anywhere, how to release if they die, how to release them. What happens in 9 years, what I have seen is if I am not careful and I'm at the morgue or I'm at the medical examiner's office, they open the whole bag. Most of the times, no clothes on, regardless whether there's a male or female in the bag. So that's why I'm out here to tell all of you, 911 calls are recorded. You tell them nicely, gently, and they are trained to listen to you. Privacy of the deceased, same gender. Tell them, anyone who comes to remove this loved one from your facility, do not let them expose more than the hand tags and the toe tags. If the person is dying in ER, they put a medical record on the hand or on the tag. If somebody is dying in home, medical examiner is coming, they put a hand tag, toe tag. When funeral home goes there, they verify, and their habit is that they open the bag and ask you to go and see if this is the person you are picking. I do not know, or nobody knows father, mother, sister, brothers of anyone who's sitting here or out there, right? But this is their practice. Last time I was in the hospital to pick up a mayyat, loved one. They brought a body in the bag, asked me to open it. I said, I'm not opening it because it has a lock with his number and everything. I said, why you're not opening this? I said, hospital and the staff did it, so I trust them. Family will be with us tomorrow. If the same person is not there, they will be contacting you. If the items you put it in, I don't want to be responsible. Let the office take care of it. I'm just here to pick up and deliver to the funeral home. So I want everything intact, whatever it is you are handing over. So he was surprised. A lot of changes are coming. I started this khutbah since March. Their attitude has changed a lot. Moving forward, when you are in the hospital and you see someone dying or about to get, take his last breath, tell the admin of the hospital and the nurses, first of all, that you want to release the body from the room. That's where more privacy is, because you are there, funeral home is coming there in front of you, security staff is there. So whatever is happening in front of you, ask them to remove all the tubes and everything, all the gadgets, catheters and everything. They will remove it. First they will say no, but you request them, we need it because we have to do the service as soon as possible. So it's better if anything that they have should ooze out. They will fulfill your request, inshallah. It happens. Tell them, if they are sending it to the morgue, they don't allow family to come to the morgue, they don't allow family to come to the medical examiner office to get the body released, only the funeral home. That you tell them which funeral home will come. We have 4 or 5 funeral homes working, mashallah, everybody is doing their best, whatever they have. So privacy of the deceased, do not let anybody expose more than the hand tags and the toe tags, even if it is from the morgue. Now, move on to if somebody has to do shipment, embalming. What happens is if we have a family requesting to send the loved ones out of USA, not out of state, from Texas to Florida or anywhere else, we do not do embalming. In Houston, we don't have that practice. And if I say in America, Muslim funeral homes, they don't go through embalming procedure. What is embalming? They have this long syringe, half-inch thick. They insert into the bodies, put formaldehyde in the body, make it a stone, like a stone. Would you like a stone on the loved one on their grave when we are putting them? No, nobody would like it, right? So it's your choice. If you are sending them out, they are making them a stone. By the law, they have to do it. And then there's another problem if we take them to the mortuaries. Mortuaries, where the embalming and suturing and all those are done, they are there for business. They have 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, depending how big they are, tables, male, female, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, this, that, on the tables. I'm not saying male are working on female or female are working on men, but all are exposed to everyone who is in the room. To keep the privacy intact or sanctity of the deceased intact, funeral homes, if they are in this business, even the Muslims, if they are in this business, they should do it under their own roof, where that's how they can control the privacy. I have caught an embalmer listening to the song. I can tell you that song if you want to know, what he was listening while performing on the body. And I had to jump in and say, brother, turn it off. So anyone who is in the funeral business must bring the body to their funeral homes. If there is a deceased lady at home, died, and has to be brought to the funeral home, I would request families to send 1 or 2 people from your family members to go to the funeral home, see how they, preserve them for a night or 2. Make it a habit. I took one sister for embalming. We made sure the lady embalmer will do the embalming. She had to be shipped out. When I went to pick up that sister, she was hardly 20 years old, maybe less than 20 years. Embalmer was 45 or 50, I'm guessing. She's a lady. She said, I haven't seen such a beautiful girl in my life. So imagine if we are sending them outside, nobody lets you enter into their facility. And who do procedure on our loved ones, we are not sure. That's why it's very important when you are talking to the funeral home, ask all details from them. Ask them who is going to bring the body to the funeral home. Bilal is bringing the body. Give me the number. Take my number. Take the driver number. Call me. Tell me, brother, for the privacy of the deceased, do not let anybody expose more the hand tags than the toe tags. If somebody gives you problem, have them call us. I'm making you partner into this quest that I started. You are my partner. That's why I'm sharing. It's an amana. All this information I'm sharing with you is an amana to the whole community. So remember this, privacy of the deceased, same gender, hand tag, toe tags. Very important. You are in Houston, we are facing this every day. What about the small towns where there is no Muslim funeral home, Muslim cemeteries? David is going, Oscar is going, Michael is going. They think professionally. Human remains. I work with them. So if you know somebody is in critical condition in a small town and you know that you have to make dua, before you make dua, tell them to share this, what information I just shared with you, so that they can preserve or save the sanctity of that person who is about to take a last breath. He is or she is a ummati of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be among in the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all share this responsibility. Any one of you who's a doctor here or nurse here, if you can write on your reports before you send the body to the morgue, please do not open more than the hand tags or the toe tags. It will be a law very soon. The way I am seeing things after I started this, it will be a law. If you started doing this seriously, a 911 call, if you start making all this, in whole America it will be a law. A brother, after my khutbah, he took my number. And he said, I'll send it to some of my friends in Congress. So people are working on it. We have to be serious to save our own, I took my wife to pick up a body of a sister who became a high profile in Houston. I picked her up. I gave her a quick training while driving. When I went there, the medical examiner was a male. We were picking a female Muslimah. He was about to open the bag. I said, hold on, take the permission. He said, I'm a professional. A lot of nurses in the hospital, male, female, medical examiner, police officer said, we are professional. Yes, you are professional. I'm a professional Islamic funeral home. My services are being taken because I have to protect the privacy of the male, female that I am here for. They cooperate. So he asked my wife. My wife says, no, you cannot call somebody a lady from your department. So he had to arrange, it took time, but he had to arrange a sister. When she came, my face was on this side, his face was on this side, and they, verified with each other together. So my wife knows, and she's mashallah alima and hafiza. She's the one who told me to go to the public and discuss this as an amana. She's the one. When she saw, she didn't believe me when I used to tell her for the last 7-8 years. When she saw with her own eyes, then her attitude changed. So this is very important. Now, last but not least, burial, cemeteries. In America, funeral home is responsible to listen to the next of the kin. In case of husband death, wife is the next of kin. No uncle, no aunt, no brother, no sister. Funeral home has to deal everything with the next of kin. Yes, we respect the family and friends, but the orders have to be taken from the next of kin. If they say, we want a dua at the closing, after the closing, then funeral home has to do this. We cannot tell them how short and how long. So be patient when you are at the ground. Somebody was poking me, family asked me to make dua, and someone's mother died. And I raised my hand, and somebody was poking me in the back, Do it quick. We have to go on job. If you have to go on a job, just leave the space. Respectfully. Nobody would mind. Everybody understand you have to go to the job. But this is disrespect. You see, people are smoking right in the ground. So we have to learn the etiquettes in funeral while giving ghusl. Yes. Now, if somebody dies, we have a lot of interfaith marriages. If somebody has married with Christians, male, female, Muslim has if the spouse said, I want cremation, funeral home, mother, father cannot do anything by law in the state of Texas. Religion cannot interfere. If a spouse has said cremation, cremation. Else, find a lawyer. Same thing. If a child is born, interfaith marriage, if the child dies and the spouse says, I want cremation, especially the mother, you have a problem. If somebody is a new Muslim, he dies, family doesn't know he's a Muslim, or family doesn't have in writing from the deceased new Muslim or Muslimah that she wants or he wants her burial as a Muslim burial, then we have a problem. On our own as Muslim, we cannot just cremate by Sharia. We cannot burn the body. And that is the least expensive procedure. So, and then we have another issue sometimes. In ghusl, in some practices, husband relationship ends the moment one of them takes last breath. In some, wife can give a ghusl to the husband. How many of you know that? It becomes a problem for the funeral home. In Talabul ilm faridatun ala kulli Muslim. Right? We all know how the universe created, third law of Newton, but we don't know our own Sharia, our own practices. Some of us are saying this is halal, some of us are saying haram. At the qabr, for some putting flowers, roses is okay, for some is haram. For some putting the zamzam on the qabr is okay, for some it is haram. I've seen all this. I'm not talking something, just like that. Whatever I have observed, I'm telling you in black and white. Our ulama, our mashayikh have to address all these issues in these kind of gatherings, on Friday evenings, whatnot. They have to bring this program into practice so that our youth can learn. I have seen those who are married with other religion, their wives without sleeves and short skirt. Imam is making dua standing on the leg side, on the feet side. Sisters are standing on the head side. I took a photo also, picture. And Allah sent a wind. Imam was 80 years old. He has become Rahimahullah now. His dua stopped. We have to teach our families. Who will teach? CNN? Fox News? We have to teach ourselves. All these kids, they have to learn Islam. If we don't give them the right practice, what they will be practicing? My own kids are confused sometimes. So many practices and no discussion among us. Now, all those big organizations, they have specials. Sometimes people call us, ask for discounts. Brother, tell us the cheapest, solution. Everybody has condition. We all know how hard it is sometimes to pay upfront this much money. From $0, I have seen qabr of $3 million. In Houston, $3 million qabr. I have seen it. I can show you where. The person who sold it, he made 200,000 commission by selling $2 million qabr. And yet, all these practices that we have. So ask the organizations, the big organizations, they have specials. If you choose their cemeteries, $1,000 discount. If you're a member of that organization, another $1,000 discount without question. They'll verify the deceased, if he is or she is the member or not. If he or she is, you will see on the invoice, 1,000 off for that, $1,000 for this. $600-700 minimum is the name that goes on top of the qabr. Ask the ulama how important that name is. Muhammad, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Aisha. On the ground, people are walking, tractors are rolling. How important that is. That $600-700 in Palestine can make a difference. That $600-700 can open a water well somewhere in the world. You know, make a hafiz. Do something for Sadqa Jariyah. I have seen $10,000 marble plate on the qabr. Is this important? This will not benefit my son if he spent $10,000 on my name to go on the ground. Will it benefit me? Or that $1,000 or $500 or $10 as Sadqa Jariyah, will that benefit me? You choose. You decide. And Forest Lawn Cemetery, if we are not there 3:01 p.m., $500 are being charged to the families. It comes as shock. They just started. $2,500 if you want service on Sundays. If their ground crew is coming on Sunday to give you a service, $2,500. I cannot afford it. If you ask them to give you extra chairs, let's suppose 10 chairs, another $500. This happened to the family recently. They say, we are here to make money. So you have to decide which funeral home, which cemetery to go to, depending on, on the financials that you have. So all those discounts that I said is for everyone. But remaining, let's suppose 50% is this is the discount that you can get in one of the cemeteries that I know. Remaining 50%, if you ask another discount, it will come out from sadaqah and zakat money. Anyone who's making decision to use that, he'll be responsible in the court of Allah if the deceased was not eligible to have sadaqah and zakat. It's not your condition. Ask the ulamas. This is the condition when the deceased, whether it was applicable on that deceased or not. So learn this before things happen. Don't come confused at the funeral homes. It makes everything zero. The things that we started, we are having issues at the ghusl time. We are having issues at the burial time. We all have to learn. We have to all take time. All these young brothers and sisters, 15 and up, they must know how to give ghusl. When the time comes, they should be giving ghusl to their father and brothers, and sisters young sisters giving ghusl to their, aunts and mothers and sisters. They should learn this. We all had 2 months summer vacation. The boys should know how to say the Salatul Janazah when the time comes for their father. Whatever the feeling of the son is, will not be mine. Are we in it together? Am I making sense to you? Whatever your feelings are won't be mine or anyone else. So teach them. We have to teach them before we leave this world. They are our Sadqa Jariyah. We have a lot of schools and madrasa around Houston alone. Our madaris should have this as a subject. Our school should have this as a subject. And last but not least, time is almost up. We have lot of mashallah madaris and everything. We need an orphanage in America. We don't have anything to take care of our yatama. If somebody needs any clarification, I'll be available after the first salah. You can ask me any details if you think that you need to know more. Jazakumullah khair. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi. ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أرحم أمتي بأمتي أبو بكر الصديق وأشدهم في أمر الله عمر وأصدقهم حياء عثمان وأغضاهم علي رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقيموا الصلاة. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, okay, inshallah. La ilaha illallah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Please stand shoulder to shoulder. Turn your cell phones off. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله. استغفر الله. اللهم إني على ذكرك وشكرك وتسليمك. السلام تبارك يا زكي. اللهم إنا نسألك خير ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Assalamu alaikum. We have some very, very important announcements, so if you all can just bear with me for a couple of minutes, inshallah. Firstly, Jazakallah khair, Brother Bilal is one of the most dedicated members of the ISGH funeral services. He has been with the ISGH funeral services for several years, so his reminders were from his experience, inshallah. If you ever are in need, please contact ISGH Funeral Services. Hamza Funeral Home is the actual registered name, Hamza Funeral Home. And the cemetery that he was talking about was the ISGH cemetery. That's one of your cheapest options, inshallah. So keep that in mind, inshallah. We have a very important program tonight. This is Faith Under Fire. This is a 3-day event with our sister Nida Abu Bakr. Here at Maryam, it's going to be after 8 p.m., which is after Maghrib, inshallah. It's an event with Sister Nida. And Sister Nida is a family member of the brothers who used to run the Holy Land Foundation. This was an organization, you should go Google it and learn about it and the challenges that they ran into in Dallas with some, with the local authorities and things. So mashallah, she's going around the city talking about this. It's an amazing program, inshallah. Please make sure that you are benefiting from this and your family and friends are as well. Outside today, there is a Shop for Sawab event being hosted by ICNA Sisters, so please participate in that. Also, mark your calendars for next weekend, August 30th, for a conversation with Mehdi Hassan, the journalist. Mehdi Hassan, who is going to be here at Maryam Islamic Center regarding the Palestinian conflict. Again, this will be after Maghrib as well. This is on August 30th. Also on August 30th, there will be a vaccine drive that we will be having at Maryam. This is going to be in collaboration with the Kroger Pharmacy. It's going to be from 2:30 to 4 p.m. We will be putting out flyers for this. You will have to register and fill out some forms. But the vaccine drive will be here and then it will be free of cost to the community. This is from 2:30 to 4 p.m. again on August 30th. Please make dua maghfirah for Brother Rafiqul Hassan. He passed away in Bangladesh. Please also make dua and maghfirah for Abdul Qadir Sheikh. He's the father of Isa Abdullah, who also passed away. And then I have a couple of additional announcements. Please make dua shifa for our newborn baby Isa, who had a brain surgery yesterday, and also dua shifa for Sadia, who will be having brain surgery today. So we have a baby who had a brain surgery yesterday, and then we also have Sister Sadia, who is having a brain surgery today. So may Allah grant them complete shifa and make it easy for them. Also, I had a reminder from several community members that Bangladesh is going through some very tough times right now with floods, and a lot of people are affected. So please include our brothers and sisters in Bangladesh in your du'as today. May Allah ease their suffering and make it easy for them, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, and also always with every dua, inshallah, just remember our brothers and sisters in Palestine as well. The challenges are not new. The challenges have been going on, but then has been, obviously increased since October 7th. They continue to suffer under the bombardment and everything else that is going on. So please, inshallah, remember them in your duas as well. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.